That puck is won back by the Locomotives. They're going to skate it around near side and then sent up into the netting, so that'll be a face-off in the Tigers' offensive zone. Coach telling them from the bench which face-off play to run with 12:29 in this first period. Jumping in to get the puck there is Easton. He's able to get it, twists it toward the front of the net, but couldn't quite get it all the way. Now a battle ensues on the far side corner. Locomotives able to control it and send it out as far as the neutral zone, where it's collected by Marshall. Marshall sends it up the near boards toward Henry. Henry can't get it, but Easton can. He'll dance through center ice, knocked off his stick, loses his skates, and back the other direction come Lafayette. Stopping in the decision-making area there and buying time for his team to make a change. Puck comes near side. Shot does not get through. It was Marshall that got in the way. He sends it up as far as the blue line, now worked back down below the goal line by Locomotives. Pinched off the play by Henry and Marshall. Puck does come up, and I've lost the puck. It's now on the far side. That goes up way high into the netting behind. With 11:31, there'll be a defensive zone faceoff for these Tigers. It'll be Jared headed out onto the ice to take that, joined by Tate. It's going to be your forward line of AJ, Teague, and Colton. Colton is the center for this particular forward grouping. Tate and AJ lined up in front of the net to help protect. That puck is won back by Lafayette. Shot gets through, but is well high of the net. Comes all the way out to the far end of the ice. Lafayette making the passes, gets it through the neutral zone. But pressured at the blue line. Missing on the hit there was Teague, but got the puck carrier off. This is now AJ with his speed. Gets it to the blue line, fires it into the man in front of him, goes and battles, but skates past the puck, so Lafayette back the other direction here. A backhand lifted into Tate, so never did get through. Puck rims around to the far side. Jared putting in work there to try and get the puck to AJ. AJ gets it, whacks it out toward neutral ice, and he'll go for a change as Colton pesters the puck carrier here. Puck carrier just sends it back up the near side boards where Teague picks it up, sends it into Preston, I believe, in front of the net, who had just come onto the ice for the Tigers. Preston, Pieman now with the puck, sends it to Tate. It is Preston, Gavin, and Jack as your line of forwards, sent up by Tate there. He'll also go for a change himself. That's Preston pressuring below the goal line, rims around toward Jack, who's battling on the far boards between a couple of yellow jerseys. Able to come away with it is Gavin, who takes a shot, and a save made by the Locos goalie with 10:08 in the first period. 0-0 affair. Tigers swarming. Defensive change coming as it looks like fresh five, in fact. So Henry headed out with, or Hunter headed out with Miles and Steven. Your defensemen are Josh and Marshall for this faceoff. Locomotives do win it back, send up that near corner bouncy puck. Miles couldn't whack that one down, so here go the Locomotives the other direction. Able to slow up the puck carrier was Josh. Centering pass made, but broke up there. This is 64 skating, trying to find room in the zone. Again, can't get it through traffic in front, but he's working to dig it out. Hunter has it on the far boards. Jams it up toward the blue line, then goes and gets it himself. Now Hunter across center ice, gets it into the zone, takes a shot, misses wide far side. Steven battling along the boards. He's got support of Miles. Puck does come up toward the blue line. Hunter flashed in to get it back deeper. Miles working to control the puck, finds its way to Marshall, who jams it into traffic in front of him. And now Lafayette able to control in their defensive zone as Hunter and Miles headed for a change. It's going to be Henry and Easton onto the ice for the Tigers. Henry laying the contact. Hunter dumps it into the Tigers zone. He was across center ice, so no icing there. He'll go for a change, as will both defensemen. Henry able to gather the puck and regain the zone for his squad. can't get the centering pass, recollects the puck, sends it into the center, but it was Lafayette there waiting. And they get the breakout, send it across center ice and into the zone. No icing here. It's Pyman on the near side D, Cruin shoving the puck to him. On the near side, it's Henry working, twisted it toward Brody onto the ice for the Tigers. Went through Brody's skates, but Henry gets it. Centering pass to Brody, can't connect. Puck comes all the way to the near side. Easton lost his skates, pops back up. Not able to hold the zone there was Pyman. Cruin gets it, sends it up to center ice where Gavin just came on. Gavin makes the move, twists it toward Preston, I believe. Nope, that's Brody, who took the shot, deflected off the defender in front of him. Puck comes out towards center ice. Tate trying to send it back, will send it cross ice. This is Gavin pressuring in the defensive zone. Now Jack on the near side. And a missed pass there by Lafayette allows Jack to scoop it backhand into the zone, but Lafayette recollects, gets it back out into the neutral ice. Preston able to work it into the zone, knocked off the puck. And so Tate going to have to buy some time while his group resets. One of the things I'd like to see changed is the offsides. I think they should go to a delayed offsides at this age. But this is Jared going to the other end, getting the puck and turning it up for his team. He's got Jack and Preston with him as he gains the zone. He got it as far as the corner. Now Jack going to pick up the effort in that corner. Cross-ice pass works for the breakout here as Colton picks up the pressure to try and prevent anything meaningful in the offensive end for Lafayette. And this is Jack able to get the puck, make the pass to Colton, and Jack will go for a change as Colton all by himself gets it in, sends it toward the net. And now the Lafayette goalie will cover that up with 6:34 in this first period. Still a 0-0 game. It'll be AJ, Colton, and Teague as your forwards. Marshall on the near side D, Josh on the far side D for this offensive zone faceoff. One back by Lafayette, but AJ jumps in to prevent the puck from getting sent out too far. It does make it up the near boards and not able to hold it. There is Josh. He'll twist it back where Teague gets the puck. He brings it near side, sends it off the boards, a little dump and chase, but Lafayette able to gather and take it behind the net. They get it up that far side. Flipping it up as far as neutral ice. This is Marshall now with the puck, sending it toward Teague. But Lafayette will again collect in their defensive zone, send it behind the net. Good contact there from Colton. Sends it in front of the net. Teague has it. Teague then gets taken down behind the net. Now AJ working to center the puck to Colton. Couldn't get to Colton cleanly. AJ with a good back check there to knock the puck carrier off. Colton just trying to send it into the zone so he can get a change. He does lift it and get that change. Miles is on the ice for the Tigers, joined by Hunter, who's flashing. Coming in there is Steven, who turned and got a quick shot, deflected high, I believe. Marshall still back on defense with Josh. Your forwards are again Hunter, Miles, and Steven. Lafayette gets it into the Tigers' end, but not with possession. This is Marshall, has it on the near boards. Marshall, Miles, and Steven working. Number 64 is on the ice, so he's putting in that effort to try and create in the offensive zone. Oh, he's not on the ice. I take that back. Miles able to jam it up high into the zone. Finally does come out. This is Steven taking the contact along the boards. Lafayette's defenseman has it, sends it up near boards to number 24, who's skating into Marshall and Josh. He just fires it wide, far side. Pass across there to Miles. Miles taps it up to Hunter. Hunter can't quite gather the bouncing puck. Henry has joined this line on the ice as their center. This is Josh now able to get it across to Miles, who gets it out of the zone, twists it towards center ice, but Lafayette again, the only crew there. This is number 64, Lafayette with the puck, trying to create. On the ice is Brody and Easton as wings. That puck sent up far side toward Brody. He taps it but loses it. Puck twisted in. Easton does get tripped, and your Tigers are headed to the power play with 3:52 in the first period. We'll see what they can do with the man advantage. It will be the power play 1 unit. Pie man back on your near side defense. Maybe a little bit different look here. I believe that's Cruin on the far side D. Colton, AJ, and Miles possibly. Is Colton able to maintain possession here? Flips it back toward Cruin and knocked out of the zone. So Pie man trying to buy time here. Pressured by number 64. But Colton comes away with it, flips it to AJ on the near side. AJ will go in with some speed, makes the move, can't get the first shot off, tries a second, but can't jam it as far as the net. AJ still working in the corner. They come around AJ's neck there. Basically a tackle, but they're going to let him play. This is Colton twisting one, and that is a power play goal for your Tigers. Headed up 1-0. Minute 23 left on the penalty. 3:14 left in this first period. Your Tigers take the first lead of the game. It was Miles that jammed that one home. A gritty effort for these boys. You would have liked to have seen a second penalty called there, but they used that motivation to go get the puck and put it where it belonged. Out onto the ice for the Tigers now. It's Easton on your near wing. Henry with that face-off and Brody on the far wing. Although we have changed up, this is Easton carrying it in far side. Tried to jam that in. Missed wide near side. I think that might have deflected off the goalie. Your defense right now is Marshall on the near side, Josh on the far side, as your Tigers hunt for more. Henry working in the corner. Puck comes out to Easton. He tries to backhand that to Brody, but sticked aside by the goalie. Easton able to skate past the board battle. Came away with the puck, but knocked off it. He hit the slot. Brody, I believe now, no, that's Henry working. Gets it to the corner, turns it. Brody tries a centering pass for Easton in front. Misses there, and so here comes Lafayette the other direction. Nice drop pass there, but as the Lafayette squad was making a change, they slow things down in favor of the Tigers there. Easton gets the puck, sends up the centering pass to Brody and goes for a change. All three of the forwards have changed. Colton out on the ice with Teague and AJ, so a couple of the goal scorers scoring line out there. Jared back on defense with Tate. This is Colton with the puck, backhands it toward the net. Teague can't settle it. Puck goes off the boards, takes a funny bounce, a little bit of an interference there, but that one I think is a standard hockey play that they'll let go. Both boys just kind of getting tangled up. And just going to ice that, or not icing, they say. Must have deflected off of somebody as we count to 1:27 left in this first period. Teague has the puck, makes the move. You'd like to see him just get it off his stick there. Finally does get it across ice. Tapped up by Tate. Tate has the puck again. Knocked off his stick by Lafayette, but now Jared able to get it, turn it back up on the outside board. Tangled up in traffic there. This is Steven fresh onto the ice for the Tigers, able to control the puck. He's got Miles with him. Steven into the glove of the goalie who didn't cover it right away. Miles tried to flash in and jam it home again, but covered, whistled. 55 seconds left in this first period. Your Tigers will take an offensive zone face-off. It's going to be Miles, Steven, and Hunter as the forwards. Pie man back on defense with Cruin. Puck stays where it's at. Steven jams it back, but Miles had just overskated it, so Lafayette able to get it out as far as center ice. Hunter behind the play, able to collect the puck and regain the zone for the Tigers. Can't jam it through traffic there, but this is Miles now sending it back to Cruin. Cruin sends it up the near boards, or far boards, but nobody home there. So Lafayette back the other direction. Going to dump and change are the Locomotives. A couple of boys get tangled up at the blue line, but incidental contact called. Cross ice pass there works to Miles. Miles tries to jam it toward Hunter with 20 seconds left in this first period. Miles does go for a change. It's Gavin on the ice with Jack and Hunter. Hunter will head for a change likely when he gets a chance, although we are at 10 seconds left. Hunter just twists that, gets a change with short time. And that'll do it, 3, 2, and 1. And your Tigers headed into period number 2 of their first game of this state tournament, protecting a 1-0 lead.
Anytime we're in the lead, it's a good thing, right? You guys need a hotspot. Becky just texted you.
We should. I think we've got one. Is it Brad?
I have one if you want one.
Has anybody said anything on the broadcast that it's not?
Well, Becky was fine. I don't, for some reason, she said you may want to check it.
And I could be sitting too far away. Have you heard if the signal's bad?
I'm okay, but
Yeah, he's on my phone.
Because I have a little hot.
You want to be on the broadcast with me?
what would I say? I know nothing. I mean, like, the one with the orange jersey was Brandon Stone.
Perfect. Here we go for period number 2 of action. Kicking off this second frame is going to be Henry in at center, Brody on your near side wing, Easton on the far side. Defense starting this second period will be Josh on the near side, Marshall on the far side. Lafayette able to win that first face-off, get it into the zone, but just did lose the puck as he gained the zone to the Locomotives player. Jammed on those far side boards. Easton takes a hit, but hops right back up. Jammed in deep again by Lafayette, but Marshall there to send it out of the zone and to center ice. Flipped back in by Lafayette. This is going to be Josh looking. Marshall getting there first, sends it to Josh on the near side. Josh sent toward Brody, but held into the corner. This is Lafayette with the puck on the near side. Tigers giving him plenty of time and space, able to make the cross-ice pass. Now just jammed up those near side boards. Henry has it, trying to find space. Puck makes its way back to the defense. Number 64 is on the ice, so you worry that the boys get too much attention to him, too worried about him, and play a little bit on their heels. As with any other team and any other game this season, when these boys play downhill, they skate hard forward, they play much better. If they're on their heels at all, things can be troublesome. But that one is lifted back across the blue line. Tigers here in this second period of the long change haven't been able to make a change yet, so a bit of a long shift for this squad. But they're able to knock down at center ice is Easton, and that will be called an offsides with 14:27 in the second frame. AJ on your near side wing, Colton set to take the face-off with Teague on the far side. Jared back on defense with Tate, as that is one back by Lafayette. AJ pressures, sent up the near boards. Nobody able to collect it just yet. Jammed by Jared, AJ able to collect and gain the zone for the Tigers. Thought about changing direction, instead carried it deep, made the centering pass. Colton just couldn't quite collect it fast enough to get the shot off. That one deflected up high into the netting for an offensive zone faceoff. Good opportunity created. Pass was just a bit out of reach for Colton, so that second effort was a little slower and couldn't get it on net, but the opportunity was there. Colton wins that to the side, rimmed around far side by Lafayette. That does work as they're able to get it out of the zone. As far as Tate, who tries to dump it back up but hit the Lafayette player, Tate turns back the other direction. Being pestered here is Tate, finally able to get it over to the stick of Jared, who brings it up near side boards. AJ can't handle that pass, so sent back in deep. Jared has it here, will take it and backhand across to Tate. Bad turnover there. Luckily, Tigers get away with one as that shot missed wide near side, or far side, and rimmed around. Tigers having a hard time keeping it out of their defensive zone in this period, but a good move there. Nice stick by Teague to be able to get that to Colton. Colton misses that one way high. Teague able to hold it briefly. Colton on the second attempt turns shot, and that's going to be smothered by the Locomotives goalie with 13-14 in the second period. Tigers are still ahead 1-0 and have a offensive zone faceoff coming. Looks like it'll be Cruin back on defense with our friend the Pie Man. Up front, it's going to be Jack, Gavin, and Preston. Preston on that near side wing in front of the net. Puck stays where it's at. Tapped back by Lafayette, tried to rim around near side, missed on it, and a good opportunity created on that miss by the Tigers, who just missed the shot wide near side. Puck jammed up the near boards. Here come Lafayette into Cruin, able to tap it around him. Dump and chase effective. Twisted toward the net, but Landon able to stick that out for the Tigers. Jack makes the pass to center ice, and Preston able to kick that one out of the zone for the Tigers. We'll see what we can do in the neutral zone. Lafayette able to regain the zone. Soft shot sent in. Landon will stick that into the far corner. Pie Man goes and gets it, turns it up to Preston, but crashing there was the Lafayette player, brings it around behind the net. Centering pass works, just able to hold that on the blue line was Lafayette, so they send it back in deep. Twisted back below the goal line, pestered by Preston. Nope, that's Gavin there. Centering pass works, but a great kick save by Landon to protect this one-goal lead. 11-12 in the second period. Tigers will get a change anytime they can. It's going to be Steven, Hunter, and Miles out as your forwards. Back on defense, we've got Josh and Marshall. Ref tells the boys on the backside of the faceoff to back up. They do. We finally get a drop, and Lafayette able to control it. Puck does squirt its way into the slot. Backhand shot attempt works to get in front of the net. Landon made the initial sprawl and laid out. Lafayette was able to collect it and send it in on Landon's backside to make it a 1-1 game. Tigers will look to get the lead back. It's going to be Jared back on defense with Tate. Near side wing is going to be Brody. It'll be Henry at center with Easton on the far side. We know it'll take more than one goal to win this one. That one sent all the way up into the ceiling. So we'll have a face-off. We knew it would take more than one goal to win this one. We'll see if Tigers can put number 2 on the board following an offensive zone face-off. Lafayette squad coaches saying they think it ought to be a neutral zone face-off. I think that was sent up into the ceiling by the Lafayette player from inside their offensive zone, which would mean that that is an offensive zone face-off, and that's probably what the linesman or the head ref is explaining to their coach. Here's how I saw it. Your squad sent it up out of play from inside the zone, so that's where we'll stay. Henry takes the faceoff. Puck stays where it's at. Easton able to skate in and send it toward the net, but not all the way through to the goalie. Jared gloves that down and sent toward the net again. Goalie will cover it up this time for another offensive zone faceoff. It is Henry in on the drop. He twists it toward the far boards. Puck bouncing around in amongst a bunch of traffic, not able to hold the zone. There is Tate, so he's working back. The pressure effective for Lafayette, and that goal, they say no goal. That one did for sure. That went in, but they're saying it did not. So Tigers getting one back. We played this squad here a couple weeks ago and had one taken off the board at Air Force that had gone in. Refs are talking about it to see if that one went in. So they'll talk it over. Tigers out for the faceoff as the refs continue to contemplate what they saw today. When we played this squad at the Air Force Academy recently, the goalie dad from the Lafayette team did confide in me that we had a goal that went in and their kiddo was able to keep it out. After the refs talked it over, they will say that that was a goal, and if I'm being unbiased, it's probably the right call. So your Tigers will go down 2-1 with 11:19 in this second period. Looking to get it back, it's going to be Cruin and Pieman back on defense. It'll be Colton, AJ, and Teague as your forwards. The Tigers coaches want an explanation as to why it took them so long. They either saw it or they didn't. But the call's been made, and rarely will a ref reverse themselves. No benefit of replay. See if the Tigers can keep their head up and get this one back. This is Teague fighting through traffic. Knocked off the puck in the slot, and here come Lafayette the other direction. Centering pass got through, but not able to settle it was Lafayette. He was tied up by the Tigers defender. This is Colton working below the goal line. He backhands it around near side boards. Cruin going to battle with AJ. AJ scoops it out, and he'll take it up center ice and try and get it to the other end. Does so. Stops, jams it toward the net, but nothing meaningful as far as a shot there. Puck's still loose in front, and the Tigers not able to get in on that battle. Lafayette able to break it out. The puck was sitting in front. Bad handled puck there by Lafayette. Cruin able to possess, turns it up, and you never like to see a defenseman come up the near side of the net. Almost dangerous there for the Tigers, and just jamming it up as far as the blue line was AJ, but sent right back in by Lafayette. Cruin has it, sends it up near boards. AJ pokes it off the stick of the puck carrier, ties up the defense. That pass can't get through, and AJ's just going to backhand that one down. Won't make it for an icing. Teague goes for change. Miles onto the ice. AJ makes it off for Hunter, and Steven also on. So Hunter, Steven, and Miles are your forwards as Miles picks up the puck in neutral ice, sends it into the player in front of him. Lafayette back the other direction. It's Pieman and Cruin still out on defense. Hunter able to jam that to Miles. Miles makes the cross-ice pass to Hunter. That was Steven over there, not Hunter. Miles made that cross-ice pass. Hunter couldn't quite get there. Got slowed up at center ice. This is number 64 carrying it into the zone for the Lafayette squad. Cruin ties him up and makes him go behind. That puck does get through to Landon. Landon makes the initial save but left the rebound finally does cover up the puck with 9 minutes 11 seconds in the second period. Your Tigers battling from behind 2-1 in favor of the Locomotives. Josh and Marshall headed out on defense. They'll be joined up front by Gavin, Jack, and Preston. Puck drop, puck stays where it's at. Gavin able to get it to Josh. Josh takes it behind the net, gets it up far side to Jack, who turns and can't quite get it out of the zone. Funny bounce off the boards, finds its way to Marshall's stick. Marshall jams it up as far as neutral ice, but twisted back into the defensive zone by the Locomotives. Josh trying again to break it out. Sent it to Gavin, who got it to Preston. Preston gets it as far as the red line, now into the zone. Not quite, which is good. It would have been an offsides. That one lifted into Landon, who sticks it to the near corner. Josh sends that up to Preston. Preston tries to make the pass across, now regathers the puck, backhands it up to Gavin, waiting near the far blue line, swept it into the zone, but sent it right back out by Lafayette. Marshall has it, back across to Josh. Josh surveys, tries to get it over the stick of the Lafayette player at the center ice. Jack able to finally get it, dumps it into the zone and goes for a change. Lafayette sends it up the near side, not held in the zone. Josh has it settled on his stick, sends it across to Gavin. Shot taken, and that'll be covered up by the Lafayette goalie with 7:52 in the second period. Your forward line is going to be Henry in at center with Easton and Brody as his wings. Jared and Tate back on defense. Puck stays where it's at. Finally won back to the Locomotive player, who sends it up the near boards. Shoveled back in deep by Henry, but Lafayette has it again. They'll reverse direction back to the near side. Pestered here in the corner. I believe that's going to be Easton working to try and maintain possession. Breakout effective for Lafayette. They'll push the puck into the far corner. Rimmed around near side. Brody working with Tate. Centering pass connects, but missing on that shot far wide. Scooped off the stick by Henry and having to kick it back to his stick there. Henry dumps it into the zone, goes and gets it. Takes a shot, rebound left, but cleared out by Lafayette. Jared going to have to do the work here of picking up the pressure. A little bit of a one-on-one battle. Lafayette puck carrier loses his skates. Jared able to get that up to Easton. Easton up to AJ fresh onto the ice for the Tigers. AJ knocked off the puck, but Easton on the second effort. Now AJ on the second effort to get the puck back. Lafayette's active sticks making it hard for these boys to do anything in traffic. They're going to want to put the shot on the net early and go crash. Lafayette coming the other direction. They'll dump it into the zone. That takes a funny bounce off the side of the back of the cage, comes into the near corner. Would have liked to have seen AJ go get that one there as it was just sitting. Instead, Lafayette able to try the centering pass, cut off by Teague. Teague takes it and rims it around, where AJ will try and get to it. Pokes it off the stick of the first guy, grabs it off the stick of the second guy. AJ gets in, takes a shot and misses wide far side. Puck held in the zone. Colton takes the second shot, misses wide. Sent in from a weird angle with a lot of power by Teague. Puck bounces out as far as center ice, and that will be an offside for the Tigers. 5:46 in the second period. Trying to come from behind are your Tigers, down 2-1. Preston will be in with Jack and Gavin up front. It's going to be Cruin and Pieman back on defense. Gavin had the puck, came as far as Cruin, but a backhand poke gets it into the zone for Lafayette. Preston able to gather it briefly, but pestered by Lafayette, does come out into neutral ice. Cross ice pass works and dumped into the zone. This is Cruin going to work below the goal line. Puck still loose in the corner. This is Gavin able to control it and push the puck the other direction. He's got Jack and Preston with him. Puck knocked off Gavin's stick. Jack working to hold the zone. Centering pass works, but tip just misses on the backside. Jack working below the goal line, bracketed by a couple of Lafayette players. They come away with it and rim it around far side. Marshall able to flash over and hold the zone for his squad. This is Gavin getting pinned to the boards. Jack now working to go get the puck. Puck comes across near side. Josh jams it back deep as a couple of Tigers are going for a change. It's going to be Miles on the ice with Hunter as Lafayette able to make the breakout pass. They'll send it in near corner and they'll go for a change as well. Josh collects, looks up ice, has space, he'll take it. Makes the pass to Hunter, who's able to get it all the way into the Tigers' offensive end. Tries a centering pass, gets it to Miles with a backhand shot off the side of the cage. Regathers on the far side. Hunter just trying to hold the zone. Lafayette able to collect, working on the breakout here. Puck comes near side. And that tipped into the far end. Bit of a high hit there. Refs don't see it the same way. Lafayette has it. Centering pass works but can't get through traffic. So flashing Tigers help to prevent one there. Josh has it, sends it cross ice to Miles, who's able to gain center ice, now the zone. Nice pass by Miles to Hunter. Hunter takes the shot, rebound left, puck still loose, but Lafayette able to flash through and come the other direction. This is our friend number 64, able to take it all the way. A couple of Tigers get in the way of his centering attempt. The second one does work, and that deflects up into the netting behind for a defensive zone faceoff with 3:14 left in the second period. They're saying a face-off outside the zone on this one. It's going to be Jared back on defense. Brody, Easton, Henry are your forwards. And I believe that's going to be Tate on our far side D. As Lafayette able to gather and backhand that one into the zone. Tate steps, but a little bit late. Jared able to collect and bounce it up toward the near side. Henry gets it, sweeps it towards center. And second effort by Henry, able to collect the puck, makes the centering pass to Brody, who gains the zone, sends it into the legs of the player in front of him, whacked out to the near boards. Working there, but puck sent out toward neutral ice. Tate gets it, turns, sends it up into the Tigers bench, and with 2:40, we'll have a face-off just outside of the Tigers' defensive zone. Brody, Henry, and Easton are going to stay as your forwards. It's Cruin back on defense with, I believe, Pieman. As Lafayette again wins that face-off, but pesky Easton able to jam it, where Brody fights to go get it and sends that across the crease. Picked off the stick of the puck carrier. This is now, I believe, Brody shoveling that back toward Cruin. But puck died, picked up by the Lafayette squad. That's Pieman working on the far corner. Cross ice attempt by Lafayette doesn't work. Brody's going to fire that one in and go for a change. This is Easton working to pressure. Puck sent all the way down, and that will go for an icing as we count to 1:57 left in this second period. Tigers looking for the equalizer. It'll be A.J. Colton and Teague up front. Josh will be back on defense with Marshall. Colton wins that to Teague on the near side. Teague sends it below the goal line where AJ picks up the pressure, pins the puck carrier to the boards, whacks that toward the front of the net where Colton just can't quite get it jammed toward the goalie, so Lafayette the other direction. Good hit there by Marshall on the far side boards, and the ref letting them play today. This is Josh working the puck carrier. That's number 64, twisting it into the corner. Now Colton helping out with the pressure, but the puck shot taken, saved by Landon. Jammed up by Marshall, and the puck turned over. That one is off the crossbar. Colton's going to dump that into the zone, go for the change, as it does Teague. AJ stays on briefly to keep the pressure on so that there's nothing bad happens in a bad change. This is now Steven picking up the pressure. Miles with the puck, but just a stick lift there, able to prevent a shot. This is Jared working on number 64. Can't slow him down. Landon makes the save, and a bunch of Tigers helping to protect their goalie in a vulnerable position. Tigers headed to the power play as the call made for the Lafayette player who crashed a goalie in a vulnerable position. Ref didn't like it. 39 seconds left in this second period. Your Tigers headed back to the man advantage. It worked the first time. Let's see if it can work again. Coach sending back out the power play unit that worked the first time. Miles will be in front of the net. He is our goal scorer. Colton taking the face-off with AJ on the far side, crewing back on defense with Pieman. Puck one to AJ. AJ loses it in his skates, and here goes Lafayette the other direction. They'll send it all the way down. They say no icing on that one as we hit 30 seconds remaining in the second period. Cruin rooms that around to AJ. Now AJ's going to look up ice, sees room, and goes. Beats the first man. Tries to shoot through the legs of the defender in front of him. Hits his legs instead. This is Miles picking up the pressure below the goal line. 10 seconds left. AJ went for a change. That will go for an icing. Only 4 seconds left in this period. For the face-off to finish this second period, it's going to be Easton in front of the net, Steven taking the drop, Brody on the far side wing. You'd like to see Brody line up in front of the net. That's what his line mate's telling him. This short a time, you want as many in front of the net as you can because we need to win the face-off and get a shot here. We do lose the face-off, 2-1 and 0. Your Tigers will start this third period with a minute 22 left on the man advantage, but down by 1 goal, 2-1. As we get set to start the third period, we'll see if we have any words of wisdom from the birthday boy.
Oh, just excitement out there. Big makes for a good third period.
Happy birthday, old man.
Thank you. Thank you.
There you go. We put him on the broadcast.
Your Tigers have 16 minutes to do what they've come close to this season but haven't yet been able to do, and that is beat this Locomotives squad. Step number one to that is score on this power play. Minute 22 left on the man advantage. Steven takes the drop, skating behind him to pick up the puck as Easton. Easton gains the zone, tied up at the blue line. He tries to dance, knocked off his stick, but he gets it back and takes it deeper into the zone this time. Leaves it for Steven. Steven jams it across the crease, makes its way near side where Henry's going to pick up the efforts. Steven turns and twists in the corner, trying to get the puck to one of his teammates. It's Josh back on defense. Puck does come to Brody in front. He can't get the shot, and here goes Lafayette the other direction. Back checking, though, is Easton and Josh supporting as we count to 38 seconds left in the power play for your boys. They've got to get the puck and get to the other end to have any shot at tying this up with the extra man. Lafayette doing what they ought to, and that was tied up on those far side boards. Finally able to come away with it is Henry. He gains the other end with speed. Gets it in deep, but loses the puck. Now regains on the near side. He jams a tough angle shot. Second one again off the side of the cage. Puck is loose in front. One-handed backhand attempt there, but can't get it in. And we're counting now to 5-4-3, and that'll do it for the man advantage. Miles there with Pie Man sends the puck to Colton. It's Colton, Miles, and AJ as your centers, or as your forwards right now. Colton dances through to gain the zone. Turns and takes a shot that gets kicked wide, and that goes out of the zone, hit behind the play on AJ. And Lafayette misses on the shot wide far side there, rubbed out of the play, and this game is starting to get physical. AJ working on those far side boards with Miles. Puck makes it out to Colton, who sends it up those boards as far as center ice, and a couple of boys making a change there on it. Defense, it is Pie Man on the near side, I believe Tate on the far side, so our bubble defenders going out in tandem. That's Pie Man pushing the puck carrier off. Second player there is a Lafayette player, but Pie Man able to tie them both up. Tate floating in, trying to jam that in now, or pull that out. Lafayette comes away with it, gets it to their D-man. D-to-D pass works. It's Jack in up as a forward, working on the near side. Puck makes its way to Hunter, but Hunter can't quite poke that out. Battling on the far boards, though. And Tigers, again, just not able to twist it out. Finally do get it out of the zone. This is Preston putting on the pressure. But the pass works, but met at the blue line by the Tigers defense. This is Jack now gaining the zone for the Tigers squad. Lafayette picks it up and twists it back the other direction. Tate's now got the puck. Jack has it, tries to tip it into the zone, but again, Lafayette able to control and send it up as far as neutral ice, bouncy ice here in the third. Able to get it out of the zone, but again, not settled. That's Preston trying to get it calmed down. And the puck is anything but flat in this third period. It's bouncing all over the place. This is Gavin now trying to go get the puck for his team. Lafayette reverses direction. It's Jared back on defense with Tate right now. Brody on the ice up front as the turnover here. Shot into the goalie. Rebound left. Puck still loose on the backside. Goalie able to sprawl across and covers that up with 12:15 in the third period. Good opportunity there for the forward line of Easton, Gavin, and Brody. I would imagine Gavin headed off and is. He'll be replaced by Henry. Back on defense, it's going to be Josh and Marshall. Marshall on your near side, Josh on your far side. It's going to be Brody with his back to you on the boards up at wing as Henry set to take the drop. Puck is won back by Lafayette. They jam it up the near boards, but pushed back into the corner. Finally coming up further for Lafayette. They get the breakout pass to work on that attempt. Josh pressuring the puck carrier here. Lafayette able to get it below the goal line, met by a handful of Tigers. This is Cruin able to, nope, scratch at Brody, able to gather the puck and get it out to neutral ice. Stick on the ice. Someone dropped one, not broken. Kick saved there by Landon with 11:30 in the third period. Tigers need the tying goal. Easton's going to shovel that up the boards. This is Steven flashing to the far end. Hunter makes the contact. It's two Tigers. Hunter turns, takes the shot. Goalie makes the save. Puck comes out far side, and that's just going to get lifted down. Will be an icing or not, as the puck just didn't quite want to get there with the snow on these boards in the third period. It is tough to get it all the way to the other end. Steven going to work on the near side, absorbs the contact, then skates through it. Miles not able to knock that one down, but Marshall able to collect it in the neutral zone. Can't get it into the zone for the Tigers. Backhanded down ice by Lafayette. Miles has it. Does get it passed forward to Hunter. And Miles goes for a change. Onto the ice for him is Teague. Puck jammed right by the Tigers bench. Finally does come up, and the Lafayette squad will just shovel that in. They're going to play a game of keep it on the other end of the ice and protect their lead. This is Marshall twisting it up near boards to Teague, who gets it out as far as center ice. Colton pressures, but Lafayette just dumps the puck right back in. This is Josh working on the far side. He's got AJ has his wing on that side, but rims it around near side to Teague, who scoops it off the boards, sends it up the boards near side. Lafayette gets it to the red line. AJ is going to glove that one down to himself. Puck still bouncing. AJ still working. AJ turns and gets a quick shot, but right into the gut of the waiting goalie with exactly 10 minutes left in this third period. Your Tigers trying to find the tying goal. Pyman is back on defense with Cruin. Colton set to take the faceoff with AJ in front of the net. Teague on the far side wing. AJ skates in and collects that puck. He turns back toward the net, now takes it below the goal line, tries to find the centering pass into the skates of the player in front of him. Gets it to Teague on the far side. Teague centering pass to AJ there, but AJ had to reach a little bit. Now AJ working to get it. Gets it to Colton, who turns and takes the shot, but that one deflected wide. This is Teague on the back check, able to poke it to the defense. Jack Pyman gets it up toward AJ, who kicks it into the zone. Lafayette now sending it back up. Pyman has it. Pyman trying to get it deep as AJ goes for a change. It's Jack on the ice up front with Gavin. And Preston now racing into the action for the Tigers as Lafayette works up the near side boards. He's got space and speed. He gets it across center ice and dumps it into the zone. Landon had to come out and play that as Lafayette was coming in fast. Pucks took a funny bounce and just able to sweep that out are your Tigers. Smart play there is just get it to the other end, and that won't go for an icing. Landon able to get his stick back, though, because it was on the other end of the ice. Jack pestering, able to get the turnover is Jack, but just not able to get the shot off before it's peeled off his stick. Tigers are holding the zone here, so good forecheck effort for the Tigers squad. Gavin peels that back to his defenseman, who throws it in. That is Josh and Marshall back on defense now as a couple of Tigers headed for a change. Henry back on the ice for the Tigers along with Brody. Easton on your near side wing as the contact made high in the zone. Not making it easy to get it in for another shot are your Tigers right now, although it is in that far side corner, twisted back to the defenseman, who looks, loads up, sends it into the skates of the Tiger in front of him. That was Henry getting in the way. Easton trying to put it through a Lafayette player, couldn't do it, lost the puck. That one does go wide near side. Puck does come out as far as the center ice. This is number 64. The boys will pressure him, but carefully, take away time, space, don't let him get anything going. He ate up some time skating in circles as they are protecting that lead. Landon shovels that one behind the net. This is Henry with the puck. Thought about a pass, but Easton headed the wrong direction, so Henry keeps it and works to gain the zone himself, does so. He's got a couple of Tigers in front. Puck is loose, with the goalie out of position, but no Tiger able to crash on it to take advantage. Easton's still working. Puck does come out of the zone. This is Brody going to pressure. That's sent on net. and goes in to make it 7:02, to make it 3-1 with 7:02 in the third period. That'll be one that Landon will want back. The Lafayette player fired that one from outside the zone just to go get a change. Landon went to make the kick save, just misplayed it. Those goals happen. Shake it off. Let's go get it back, boys. Plenty of time left in this match. It's going to be Pyman and Cruin back on the defense. It's going to be Miles on the near side wing with Steven in at center, Hunter on the far side wing. Hunter skates through, gets the puck, turns it up ice into the Tigers' offensive end, shovels that toward Miles in the center as Miles gets the shot, deflected up high behind the net where Steven's battling below the goal line. Miles again goes in, digs it out, trying to find a centering pass is Miles. Does find its way out of the zone, but Hunter on the back check, able to come to regather for the Tigers. Sends it toward the net, but not through traffic as the Lafayette squad is collapsing well to protect. Shot missed by the Lafayette squad, just couldn't quite get his stick on the puck there. This is Cruin working below the goal line, loses his skates, but Steven there in support. Pinched off the boards is Steven. And that's lifted out by Hunter, who's going to go for a change. Could be a tough change here for the Tigers, but works out as the Lafayette player did lose possession before gaining the blue line. It's Teague, Colton, and AJ as your line of forwards. Your defense are making a change. Pyman sends that all the way down as he and Cruin were headed for a change. It'll be a face-off with 5:51. In the Tigers' defensive end of the ice, your defense is Josh and Marshall now. We'll keep that forward line that just came on as AJ, Teague, and Colton. Losing skates by both boys on that far side was Josh for your Tigers, but he's back up in the corner there. 3 Lafayette players below the goal line, so nobody to send it to in front. That shot does make it through to Landon's gloves, but he's able to glove it down. Now AJ trying to break it out, knocked off his stick by our friend number 64, who will probably see a lot of ice time to protect this lead at the end of the game. That pass made to Brody, who goes down to the other end with some speed. Brody working here. He's really come on strong, found his confidence late in this season. Marshall whacks that one toward the net. Rimmed around far side, does not hold the zone, do the Tigers, so it'll be a face-off with 5:02 in this third period. Tigers need a couple of goals to tie it up. It's going to be Tate, Gavin, and Jack up front. It's going to be Tate, Gavin, Preston, and Jack up front. Tate and Jared are your defensemen. As that puck comes to the near boards, Jack pressuring, forces the Lafayette squad to just jam it up, and that's going to be an offsides for them with 4:50 in the third period. Time running out. These Tigers need to start getting a bit more aggressive. Coach makes a change at defense. It's going to be Pyman back with Cruin. As Lafayette controls that, sends it into the Tigers' end of the ice, rims around below the goal line to the near side. Pyman is the first one there, sends it back to the far side. It's going to be Preston trying to jam it up and out, but can't, so back in deep. Pyman turns, looks, reverses direction, sends across to Cruin. Cruin makes the cross-ice pass again to Jack, bounces off of Jack's stick, and twisted back toward the zone. Lafayette battling to get through, whacks that toward the net. Landon makes the easy save there. That's Cruin going in and getting it again. Trying to get the breakout here are the Tigers, but the pressure effective by Lafayette to keep it in the zone. They get it into the slot. Jack goes in, gets it, and able to shovel that out as far as center ice, and he'll go for a change, as will Cruin, onto the stick of Pie Man, who sweeps it across to Hunter, who just joined the action. Miles picks up the puck, has to delay to prevent the offsides there. Gains his zone, but whacked right back out. Puck comes across to Marshall on it defense, sends up to Hunter. Hunter, Steven, and Miles are your forwards, trying to control the puck in the offensive end of the ice, but cannot. Can the Tigers? Marshall and Josh back on defense, retreating, flipped to Marshall's stick. Marshall makes a spin move, but loses the puck, sent back in deep by Lafayette as we count to 3 minutes, 15 seconds left in this first match of state. Miles sends it across ice towards Steven, but a little bit behind him. And we are going to have a penalty here on Lafayette with 3:01. Tigers will look to make it a 1-goal lead with the man advantage. It has worked once in this game. We'll see if it can work every other time, maybe. Timeout taken. I believe, well, I'm not sure which squad took that timeout. Tigers will want to put in a quick one here. Cutting it to 1 with 3:01 left would certainly put them in a much better position. It does feel, and I'll have to go back and watch, maybe you've been keeping better track than me at home, but it does feel like our squad has done a better job of keeping number 64 from being the dominant force in this matchup today. But the rest of the team has stepped up in that shutdown by our squad. So our squad going to have to step up themselves. This does look like more of that power play unit. Easton, Colton, Brody, Steven, and Josh out on the ice for your Tigers. Steven is probably our face-off specialist if we have one. It's Colton in for the drop, though. And that puck is won back to the corner by Lafayette. They try and jam it up, but Steven flashed in to prevent it from coming from over the top, over that goal line. A couple of Tigers working. This is, I believe, Colton trying to get there. Flashing in here is Easton, tries the wraparound attempt. Puck is still loose, finally covered with 2:38 in the third period, 1:37 on the penalty. Again, Colton set to take the drop. It's Josh back on defense with, I believe, Henry. Brody in front of the net. So Easton not on the ice for, oh, he is. We have an empty net, so that's what's going on. We have 6 Tigers out there right now as Josh gets the puck in the neutral zone. Nice pass there to get it to Easton, but knocked off Easton's stick before he's able to get the shot. Henry able to knock that one down at center ice and regain the offensive zone for the Tigers with 1:15 left. Puck is loose in front and missing on a back door there are the Tigers. That's the one they want back in this one. Circle that, as that was their opportunity as we count to 1 minute on the man advantage for the Tigers. I imagine Landon will be likely done for the day. Puck below the goal line, jamming it up way high. finds its way to Colton, who tries to jam it in, but into the legs of the Lafayette player instead, who gets it across center ice, now working it toward the net, and able to get there is Lafayette. That makes it 4-1, and they likely will put Landon back in the net at this point. 1:41 left in this match. Lafayette able to come up with a shorthanded goal. Here, Tigers with the two-man advantage couldn't keep the puck on the other end of the ice, and this one likely out of hand. They still do have the power play for 41 seconds to your Tigers. Coach sending out Tate and Jared back on defense. It's going to be Gavin taking the face-off with Hunter and Teague as his wings. And that puck, won by Lafayette, sent into the net, gloved, but left for Jared. Hunter able to get it up and into the zone for the Tigers. But Lafayette sends it around to near side. Jared stops it and backhands that back in below the goal line, where Teague went and got it, sent it across the crease from a tough angle. Hunter now sends it into the crease. Puck is still loose, and a Tiger taking a hit in the back there. With 1:08 left in this third period, 7 seconds left on the penalty to Lafayette. And ref not going to make the change on that one or call the penalty on that one. So that one seemed pretty obvious. A couple of them he's called, I probably would have let go, but that one, certainly a kid came in and cross-checked in our kiddo in the back. Gavin set to take the face-off with Hunter in front of the net. Puck was shoveled toward the net on the face-off and covered up by the Lafayette goalie, so we'll try again. Jared back on defense with Tate. Teague on your near side wing. Coach thought about making a defensive change, decided not to, or was told he couldn't, not sure which. Roomed around to the near side. Lafayette able to lift that out. Tate gloves it down. Stick handles. Now makes the nice pass to Teague, who takes clean contact at the blue line. Pushed into the zone for the Tigers, but Lafayette again able to control that into the legs of Gavin, who does get the puck, tries to center it there. Tate working to try and get it deeper. That's Hunter shoving it in deeper for the Tigers. Puck squirts through the slot, but just shoveled below the goal line there. And that comes out. That won't be icing, as it had hit Tate there. He tried to glove that. I think he was trying to settle it with his hand. Either way, that's probably going to do it for this game as we count to 15 seconds. Teague gets the puck on his stick, makes the cross-ice pass to Miles. Miles able to gain the zone for the Tigers one more time, and gets a shot on net, glove dead by the Lafayette goalie. With 4 seconds left in this game, your Tigers looking to head to a first game defeat, makes their path much more difficult. Rampage is the lower seed of the 3 teams we play, and in fact are seeded lower than us. Last time we played them, we were able to come away with a very dominant win. We'll look to get things back on track Saturday, and then we'll have to win against Lafayette on Sunday if these boys have any hope of a win, any hope of a semifinal. Clock didn't get started there on that face-off. Ref said it's 4 seconds with 3 goals. We're going to go ahead and call it. And so that'll do it for game number 1. Your boys had some flashes of good, but moments where they looked a little bit flat, just didn't have their jump that's carried them to this point today. So looking to get a couple of wins and make some noise. We'll start on Saturday against Rampage. Thanks for joining us. Have a great rest of your day.